Hi, hello, welcome to BEL English. This is an exciting opportunity. In fact, unexplained opportunity provided by a Canadian company in specific to skilled labor job. And people who are looking for a abroad job and a job that is permanent, specific to their skill, can easily apply for this job through this posting. The employer is ready to offer $28.7 per hour and he is expecting a minimum of 40 hours per week. So before we get into the details of this particular job posting, if you are new to the channel, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell button next to it so that you'll receive regular video updates. Besides, do follow us on Facebook and Instagram. I've given the links of the pages on the below description box. Let's get into the details of this particular job posting. The employer is actually Canadian Railing Limited is looking for a welder who is skilled enough to work at his location in Surrey, British Columbia, and he is providing a salary of $28.7 per hour and the working duration is 40 hours per week. It's a full-time job and a permanent employment as well. So by the time we mention permanent employment, as you know, you would be entitled to have all the benefits of a permanent employee in Canada as per the Canadian labor law. And most importantly, you have to look at this opportunity being already applied for LMIA by the employer. So it's a LMIA applied job. Perhaps he is looking for a foreigner, besides encouraging the Canadians and permanent residents to apply for this job. So he can take in the foreigners due to the shortage of skill in the labor market. So job requirement, you are supposed to have good English language. You should know a good communication. You should have that sort of communication. You should know English in a better way so as to make the conversation, understand the conversation, and to execute them appropriately as how the employer is looking for. So you should have good command over the language in specific to English. As you know, we have been discussing a lot about this. Canada is a nation where there are two official languages, one being English and the other one is French. This employer is asking for English language as primary. Education, of course, you should have a secondary school graduate certificate. Secondary school, as in high school graduate certificate, is a minimum requirement of education here with 2 years or less than 3 years of experience in welding. And the specific skill sets which the employer has mentioned here is operate manual or semi-automatic flame cutting equipments. Welder, they would have a lot of technical stuffs to be dealt with. So besides having machinery experience, they should also have certain level of handling things based on their experience acquired over their over a period of time. So they would evolve with so much of knowledge in order to make things appropriately, which the employer is specifying here. So they operate manual or semi-automatic flame cutting equipments. So you might have seen the welders using a lot of flame cutting equipments. So using a flame, those equipments would be used for cutting the irons and metals. So you should be in a position to operate both the manual and semi-automatic. Semi-automatic are certain things where you'll have a minimal of manual intervention, and operate manual, semi-automatic and fully automated welding equipments as well. So you should also have knowledge. You should also be able to operate a fully automatic or a semi-automatic and a manual welding equipments. Operate brakes, shears and other metal shaping, straightening and bending machines. So you should also be in a position to operate the brakes, shears and other metal shaping, straightening and bending machines. You might have seen most of these people do these technical stuffs and related to so much of metal works and creating certain things which are customized based on the clients or the buyer. So you should have these kind of knowledge, only then you'll be able to attain the perfection which the employer is looking for. Maintain and perform minor repairs on welding, brazing and soldering equipments. So you should also have that sort of knowledge. Over a period, while you start using certain equipments, you would automatically gain a knowledge of doing some small minor repairs in them, as people might experience this over a course of time. So whenever they use certain equipments and for a certain level, if some sort of minor errors or minor like malfunctioning is happening, that could be addressed by themselves with their own experience, by seeing someone repairing it or getting to know how these equipments are actually handled. Interpret welding process specifications. So when an employer is giving you a specification in details about the process or about the product which you are about to make, you should be in a position to interpret those process specifications. Each process would have a number of specifications which would actually require you to intervene, understand and to execute them appropriately. So unless you interpret the data or the specifications given by the employer or your superior or leaders, you won't be able to execute the end product or make that end product come into shape. So you should be in a position to interpret them, fit, brace and torch straighten metal. So you should fit them, brace them and torch the straightened metals. So straightened metals are something which is in technical, and they are being used by the welders while they undergo their process of welding. Operate previously set up welding machines to fabricate or repair metal parts and products. You should operate previously set up welding machines. So they do have certain machines which are already set up and in place for fabrication and for repairing the metal parts and products. So you should be in a position to operate them. So besides using the new equipments and machineries, you should also be able to operate those old previous setups which are made, and certain amount of products would be done with previous settings or a sort of settings which should be preset in order to get a product output. So when it comes to over a period of as the time lapses, you would be able to see those kind of orders coming in again. So at that time you should be able to set them. So you should be able to preset them or the previously set up machineries to be used. So that would actually depends on the time to time orders which are pouring in. So operate hoisting and lifting equipments. So besides all these equipments handling and doing things or going with the previously set up machineries, you should also be operating hoisting and lifting equipments. These are quite technical stuffs which a welder would typically know, and you might have heard over a course of time during your experience or your exposure while creating most of the metal products. So how to apply for this job? So in order to apply, you have to write an email to the employer. This post is available on the below description box through a website link. I've given the job post link on the below description box. You can access it using the link. Go into the post. You'll be able to get the email address and the mailing address of the employer. You can write an email to them with your updated cover letter, resume and portfolio. Besides, if you can write a direct mail to them, you can post it to their address, the mailing address which has been mentioned on the post. So you can very well do that. Depending on your feasibility, You can apply in either email or through direct mail. So before you create your profile portfolio, make sure you do have supporting documents and other supporting certifications which can actually validate your credentials. So you should also have a portfolio that could also be a video portfolio about your performance, about your work, about your creations which you have been doing over the past years. So I guess I've covered enough details about this job posting here. If you do have any questions or queries, please do feel free to let me know in the comment section. I'll be pleased to assist you. Do let me know how the video is. Do not forget to like the video, support the channel, subscribe to the channel and click the bell button. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We'll see you soon with another new job posting. Till then, take care guys. Bye-bye.